Well, on a much brighter note for our viewers, Foxtel will be unlocking a large amount of content for no extra charge to all subscribers in a bid to boost morale during forced isolation. Let's bring in now live our Foxtel CEO, Patrick Delany. Patrick, appreciate your time. This is great news for subscribers. Take us through which extra channels in particular they now will have access to.
Well, it's a whole range of extra channels. We're literally unlocking all of our drama, all of our entertainment, our documentaries, our kids, our lifestyle. So no matter what you package, you'll immediately get access to that. You don't have to do anything for it to happen. We've just opened it up this morning. These are unusual, extraordinary times. We're all in it together. And I think as we settle in at home and that becomes the new norm, this makes things a little easier. I think also having access to the news channels, I mean, the huge surge we're seeing in Sky's ratings, the new COVID-19 channel, I think everyone wants to stay in touch not only with what's going on in the States and all of the Prime Minister's announcements, but also all around the world. So I think very essential and I think hopefully well-timed and our subscribers see this as one of those things where we are all in it together and so we just push forward together.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think people are really so hungry for information about the coronavirus as we see this crisis deepen. I understand, Patrick, that Foxtel Broadband and Foxtel NBN customers are also being given unlimited data allowances to make all of that much smoother.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, there are two other things. All subscribers will have access to Foxtel Go, which usually you can only watch from your personal device. We've unlocked it now, so Foxtel Go will throw to bigger screens. So if you've got everyone at home in the house and they all want to watch a movie or something different on a different TV, you can use Foxtel Go. We've been selling a lot of broadband in a new bundle we've been selling. For those customers that have taken a limited broadband package, we've unlocked all of that. So all customers will have unlimited NBN broadband if that's the package that you're on. So making sure that everyone's got access to a lot of content, you can watch it on any screen, and that you won't be blocked up with your broadband package.
Patrick, businesses right around the country are really struggling and Foxtel has its own set of challenges. How big a blow was the cancellation of the AFL and the other sporting codes seasons to the Foxtel business?
Well, you know, a lot of people think of us as sports-only business, but there are actually very few customers that take sports alone. All of the packages include all of the other genres we've got. But that said, obviously it's a big blow. I mean, we were all looking forward to a fantastic winter season. It was shaping up so well for the AFL and NRL. But, you know, as the weeks got closer to those competitions, we saw live sport all around the world be cancelled. I think the two Australian sports put a really strong fight up. But it's interesting, you know, in a world with no live sport, the Fox Sports package and even our KO product as well, sports fans are still watching the huge libraries of back games we've got, all of the cut downs of games, magazine shows, and we've now powered up all of our Fox Sports personalities to do live shows for both AFL and NRL. I think as the weeks go on, we'll see those shows become our personalities and our sports stars doing really talk on what it's like to be in Australia at the time. But we'll continue with all of that and hopefully there's still some sport for sports lovers, even though we don't have live sport, and it'll be interesting to see how long we will be without that. But clearly in the next couple of months, we're not going to have any live sports, so that's why I think the unlocking of content's an important fact, you know, an important move by Foxtel.
Well, Patrick, I know that sport lovers have been really hopeful that either there'll be a backtrack or a shorter cessation of the sporting games. There is this argument, of course, that sports like the AFL, the NRL, back on the field is almost an essential service. We know in times of crisis, distractions are welcome, good for people's mental health, for morale. Is that something you're pushing for? Are you hopeful that we will see our players back on the field for those reasons sooner than later?
Look, I think, you know, as the weeks have progressed, the first discussions we had with the NRL and AFL were all in around, there might need to be a 14-day break if someone got infected. I think that's sort of pretty old-fashioned thinking now, where as we go towards some pretty serious restrictions that the government has suggested and has imposed. I think now it's about public safety and doing the right thing. So, look, we're with the sports codes as quick as they want to resume. I think for all of us, as the weeks go past, we are going to be looking for distractions, but it's got to be done in the right atmosphere and at the right time. So I think at the moment we sit back and wait.
We know that newspapers around the country have been warning that advertising revenues are down. There are fears about what that could mean for the publishing industry in this country. Have we started to already see a similar impact on Foxtel advertising? And as the economy does continue to suffer, just how well placed is Foxtel to ride out any significant drop in advertising revenue or in subscriber numbers?
Well, you know, to be very frank, we are going to take a hit in advertising. I think at the moment there's sort of a 14-day transition while all of our advertising clients really replan and decide what they're going to do. Clearly there are going to be less people on the streets, so some money from alternative sources of advertising will switch. And in that regard, Foxtel will be a very good solution. But with no live sport, we're going to miss out on a lot of our sports advertising money. And no doubt with growing jobless queues, we will take a hit on churn. All of those things have to be taken into account, and we still think that Foxtel's great value if you're going to be spending a lot of time at home and you've got a family at home. And, of course, we've got flexible packages. So we'll see whatever we can do to ride this out, but clearly I think all media businesses, all businesses generally, are going to take a hit.
Patrick Delany, best of luck with it, and thank you for bringing us up to date with the changes announced by Foxtel today. Thank you.
Thanks very much.